Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to give the JCB loadall a full engine service. So these are the filters you're going to need. You're going to need an air filter, an oil filter and a fuel filter. So just go up a bit closer and I'll give you the codes for each of them. So that's the code for the fuel filter. That's the code for the oil filter. That's the air filter. So we have the three filters. Now let's get them onto the loader. So here we are at the side of the engine. We're going to lift the engine cover and just have a quick look at the engine. So obviously there's the air filter, fuel filter, oil filter is just down there. But the thing to notice is there's a lot of dirt here on the radiator. So we'll have to give that a full blowout and then we will pop the lid here and just check if we have enough coolant. But I think we're pretty okay for coolant. So I think the easiest and the first job to do is change the air filters. So you can put it outside. Obviously you'd have two hands, makes it much easier. Just wiggle that off. Oh, that is dirty. Yeah, that was definitely time to change. So there is bits of straw, bits of dust and a bit of dirt and road debris and everything. So yeah, it's not even worth cleaning that out because I've blown this out loads of times before. So you do clean them out, you can blow them out with airline and it does make them clean-ish. So I think it's gone to the point where I'm just going to put in a new filter and at least the air will be loving clean going into the loader. One filter out, two filters out. Okay, so after a slight confusion, these are the correct numbers for the JCB 5G2-120 and these ones are pink. So let's install some pink filters into the JCB. Okay, that's the job now done. Perfect. Okay, so I've just after hand tightened the new filter. So I didn't record it, but it's very simple. I took off the old filter. I took the new filter and filled it to the very top with diesel. Then I screwed it all on and that'll eliminate any air bubbles, so it'll make it easier to bleed out any remaining air that's in the system. The shop I went to get the fuel filter, they weren't able to give me the exact same one that came off it. So it's a QTP. And that's the part number. It's 3082. That's the fuel filter, and that's the alternative fuel filter that they gave me. They both screw on, they're both exactly the same, just that this one has more holes at the top, more little small holes, where this one had a few less holes. But they are identical, but if you are buying fuel filters, probably go for the QTP one. Okay, now that we've changed the fuel filter, the one that everyone forgets to change is further back down the line is the fuel sediment trap. So we're going to take off the nut here. We're going to see how much sediment is in the trap. So that's a visual aid just there. You should be able to see it, but we're just going to take it off and just make it easier for ourselves. So you can see the filter there, and you can see all the sediment up here, and then there's more sediment and water down here. So we're going to take off the bowl and give it a good clean. Okay, we have our saucepan out, ready to catch any debris, so we have the nut just taken off there now. Removed. Out of the way. I'm just going to wiggle this. Wiggle. And look at that for sediment. Yuck. So, just get that all clean out. Get it all the way around. We'll just check everything and then we'll put it all back together again. Okay, check out that for all the dirt that came out of it. Yuck. Okay, so that's now the sight ball all cleaned out, reinstalled and filled with diesel. So you can bleed it manually, but ain't nobody got time for that. So I just filled it with just diesel just out of the tank and then just bleed off the last of the air. So we're going to see if it'll start. I have tightened it as much as I can without breaking the bowl, because that's what I'm most terrified of. So if it stays leaking, we'll have to tighten it a little bit more, but hopefully that's it. So we have the little viewing window back installed in front of the sediment bowl. So we've done all this, so on to the next job. Woo! Okay, so just gonna stop there just for a second. So if you're enjoying this video, give me a thumbs up, comment down below, subscribe over there. Right, this loader isn't gonna fix itself. Let's get back to it. Okay, so now we have the air filter done, we have the fuel filters done. Now we're going to move on to the engine oil. So we're going to drain the engine oil. There's a little sump plug just down there. Then we can change off the engine oil filter and change that. So here we are underneath the machine using a number 16 spanner. We're going to put it onto the sump plug and open off the sump plug. Can we do it? Can you get it covered in oil? Nope. Next we're going to take off the engine oil filter, so just give it a twist, nice and quick, and hopefully we won't get it covered in oil. Yuck. So there's a new filter, and that's the part number. So just before we put the filter on, we get the engine oil and we leave the engine oil out, because if you go away from the project or someone else comes and helps you, it is so easy to forget to put the engine oil back into the engine, and if you start, that's the engine ruined. So we leave the oil out as a reminder to put the engine oil back into the engine. It sounds ridiculous, but it can easily happen. So the first thing we have to do is just dip our finger into the engine oil, make sure it's tasty, yum. And then we just smear a little bit all the way around, just to make a good seal. Okay, it's well lubed up. Okay, now let's get this engine oil filter onto the engine. And remember to only hand tighten it. Okay, that'll do. Now we take our engine bung and we put it back into the hole. Now it's all tightened up, we take our spanner and just give it a few more twists. Okay, that'll do. That's number 16. That's now the engine cap off, and we're going to refill the engine back with 15W40. So that's 9 litres now in the engine, just here at the top of my fingernail, so it's a little bit over the fill mark. But that's an empty oil filter, so as soon as we start the engine, that oil filter is going to fill, which means this level here is going to drop. Okay, just after running the engine there a few minutes ago, we've after letting it sit, we've cleaned the dipstick, just dropping the dipstick down into the oil so it's all the way fully home, put it all the way back out again. Just check it there, you can see we're 3/4 way up the line, so that means that's how much the engine oil filter took out of the engine oil sump. So we just have to top it up now and it will be absolutely perfect. So just after topping it up there now, check it, and woohoo! We're right on the money. So we're right at the top of the level. So that's absolutely perfect. Okay, job done. Okay, now the job that I hate the most. Time to give the radiator a quick blowout. So we're just going to blow out any dirt that's sitting between the radiator fins. Okay, so now after changing the air filter, the fuel sediment trap, the engine oil filter, and I also changed the ATF filter. Let's see if it'll start and run. So that's the ATF, battery, engine oil, four-wheel drive. Yeah. Woo! Brilliant! So that's now the JCB all fixed, so thanks for watching, see you later.